The doctor is in the surgery. This is a very special edition of the Sunday Surgery Live, the usual Sunday night phenomenon that you've all become accustomed to over the last year. And this is a very special episode, like I say, because it's been a year since the hallowed building that is the doctor surgery was erected. So this hallowed building that everybody comes to, yes, there's Pat, everybody comes to see every Sunday night, is 1 year old today. So a year ago, I was enjoying getting a huge erection. It's more long than thick, but it does the trick. That's all I'll say about that. But yeah, it's been a year. So tonight, what we're going to do is we're going to delve into the wacky and wonderful world of the goings on in the surgery and some of the wackier things that happened over the last year. And we're going to recap some of the highs and lows, and we'll talk about the friends we've made over the last year too. The guys that come on here every Sunday night, like BW's Electronic, like Pat McMahon, and like Marius, who's just plugged in there as well. Marius has just checked in. J Bubs as well. J Bubs was here as well. So we've got the start of the usual crew in here, so that's very good. What's the first thing we're going to talk about? There's Gaz Bull, and there's Martin. We just need Paul Cook and Big D, and we're landed then. If we Paul Cook and Big D would sort of nearly everybody, wouldn't there? There's Paul. There's Paul. Happy first birthday to the doctor's surgery this evening. No, it's good. It's all good. It's all good. It's been really, really good. It's been a real change of life, the whole thing. It's been a life-changing experience meeting all you guys. And, well, I knew Martin, I knew Paul Cook. I met Big D in the real world as well, so it's all good, But the rest of you guys, meeting you virtually has been a real good experience. A live invasion. Pat is going to come up and do a live invasion next Sunday night. I'll have to get tidied up. Hopefully there'll be more room when I get this Ford Ranger out here. I don't know if any of you seen the little Ford Ranger video I did there this weekend. It's another vehicle. I've become I don't know. For the weekend next week. Good job, Pat. I'm doing a lot of these small vehicles, converting them to power tool batteries, so it's kind of like a car dealership for Smurfs, or what do you call it? Pump My Ride. Junior edition. Thanks, J Bubs. There's Big D. Thank you very much, Big D. The gang's all here, I believe. We just need, I don't know. I think everybody's here. So we'll begin. I want to start by something, bearing the standard Ford engine. Bearing the real thing. As a Big D told me, anyway. Anyway. I'm going to start with a Parkside item. This is the robot lawnmower that's selling in your local LADL, your local favorite budget German supermarket. This has been released, if you can see that, the 30th of May. That's Thursday past there. So it was something I was thinking about taking a punt on. So I get off work about early on Thursday, which you usually do, the day job, and I managed to rock up to Lidl at 4:30 in Strabane and looked around, couldn't see anything. Nothing really notable in the store in the middle aisle where I go anyway. So rock up to the till, bought a couple of wee bits and pieces, just as you do when you're in there. They always get you. But rock up to the till and I asked the wee girl at the till, I go like, "What about the robot lawnmowers?" And she looked at me as if I'd asked the stupidest question anybody had ever asked. She sort of half giggled at me. Here's Patricia K82, thank you very much. Where's the birthday cake with the refurb battery or candles? Not here yet. Maybe it'll be a surprise. But anyway, she looked at me as if I had two heads. She says, like, "Are you serious?" She says they were queued round the block this morning before we opened for that thing. She says there's not one left. If you had been here at 9:30, you might have been too late. And I was in Lidl today and Letterkenny. They're in euros, they're a bit more expensive, but they're all gone as well. And incidentally, the only thing I seen of note in Lidl and Letterkenny was the 40-volt chainsaw Parkside and the 40-volt hedge cutter, both €99. So there you are. That's Lidl watch today. So robot lawnmowers, watch out for them on eBay for significantly more than £270. There's somebody going to make a killing out of them. I don't know if they're any good. They probably were. Thank you very much, Tricia K82. They probably will make a killing out of them, but they probably were a bad device. But I was even going to spend the money, even it was a white elephant of a thing. Even if it was a bad device, I was just going to buy it so I could really get into it and just say, look, don't buy this thing if it was bad. Or if it deserved a good review, I was going to get one. But we'll see. I don't know if it'll ever show up. I think it might be now. I'll tell you something that now, this is how crazy I am. I saw a video about 6 months ago from a guy. I can't find the video now. I've been looking for it since. It was from a guy called Stanfix. I think he's in Carlow. He fixes a lot of petrol engine stuff. Shane is awesome. What's the Sigma? What the Sigma? Anyway, do you know what the Sigma is? Upgraded to a park Wacky. I was thinking of making a battery adapter. Funny enough to convert Milwaukee to or Parkside to DeWalt, but that's something that's rattling around my brain. But there's on about the video for the robot mower that Stanfix, who's on TikTok. He is on YouTube, but he's not, apparently he got one and it was full of water. It was half full of water. The robot lawnmower, you took the lid off and it was half full of water. Or half empty, depending if you're a pessimist or optimist. But it's not very good for the electronics. It's been half full of water. No matter how optimistic you are. I did suggest that he could have drilled holes in the bottom of it. But I just don't think he took that too well. But anyway, so I saw a video with one of them half full of water because I'm an optimist. And I was actually even going to buy one, even under those circumstances. So that's how much I'm an optimist. That's how much I want to believe that things are good. So I'm as disappointed as anybody when these things are not great. I'd be as disappointed as anybody. I just don't. It's the Beihong chainsaw all over again, but we'll get into that after a while. We're going to have to go through all the stuff that happened here. Well, we'll start with an old favorite, one you see every week. This still features in my videos. People, I don't know what this says about me that I use this every day. No, the robot lawnmower should be water resistant, especially in this, what would you say, water soaked island that we live on. It's called the Emerald Isle because the water just turns everything green. But look at this. This is the M12 Milwaukee. This is one of my own design, as you know. I've mentioned it quite a lot on the channel. You guys know all about this. I don't really need to say much, but it still features on the videos. There's still a T20 torque in it that I use to take apart bigger things. So I don't know what to say about it. It's just you want to believe that the DeWalt trimmer would be better than my no-name Amazon 53cc brush cutter? No, it'll not be. I don't think there's going to be a battery trimmer out there that's going to really compete fully with. If you have a no-name petrol strimmer that starts and goes, I don't think any battery one's going to compete with it. But the battery stuff is handy. It is handy. Put money down the... Well, the upside of that story is I saved me £270, and I used some of it to buy an anniversary card for the wife because their wedding anniversary coming up. So, everyone's a winner. Old romantic that I am. So that's one thing out of the way. So that's the main machine. Used every day. Some of this other stuff that I have, very good batteries last ages. Good, yeah. The 9-amp flex volt is the business on that outdoor power stuff. And if you've outdoor power Milwaukee stuff, the garden stuff, you need the big batteries too. Stick an 8 on it, stick a 12 on it if you can, but it's a bit heavy, Yeah. Yeah, the hedge cutter is good. I don't know about the there's a part of me wants to believe that these 40-volt Parkside outdoor stuff is good. I don't know what to do. I don't know whether to take a punt on it or what. Yeah. Chris Jones, hello from Manchester. Well, hello from Tyrone to you. This is the Doctor Surgery, if you're not already familiar with us. So thank you very much for joining the stream. All's welcome. Well, I think we had our best watch stream last week, so that's good. The last 5 I've been pretty happy with. They went well. It's all Einhill stuff. I heard the do you know what I'm going to tell you? Makita petrol stuff used to be really good, but they've pulled out of the petrol market. Makita's petrol stuff was legit. It was legit. That's Big D if you don't believe me. We'll go on to the next wacky device that was constructed here. This might have been constructed before the Doctor Surgery, but I'm going to include it due to wackiness and just insanity. This is a 28.8 Panasonic battery. This is a 24-volt Clark wrench. So this was running on NiCad batteries, and the NiCad batteries had expired. So I saved it from the scrapyard. I was going to the dump. So I decided I would have an idea. So what I did is I cut the bottom of an old Panasonic that was gone. It was a goner. And I screwed it on there. And I put the 28.8 Panasonic battery onto it. That Panasonic battery is one of the best batteries. Panasonic dropped the ball when they made this battery range, because they only made it fit one machine, an SDS machine, which was a real good machine, by the way. The hammer never gave any bother, to my knowledge. They could have had a nice big wrench. They could have made a nice big brushless wrench, and they would have had something. This isn't brushless, by the way, but it is insane. It's a 28.8 volt Clarkasonic. When this is charged, this is thrown out with 32 volts. So, it would have been a powerhouse. I think the market would have been, I think a Panasonic 28.8 volt wrench would have been something to behold if it ever had happened. But until then, we have the Clarkasonic, a sort of a botched up version of what might have been. But there you are. That's that. Yeah. I agree. The EY7880 was a 28.8. I just think Panasonic should have made a wrench. They should have made a wrench. They should have threw a bit of R&D at wrench. They could have been the market leader now. They could have been every tire centre in the country if they had a. That's what I see now. Like, that is such a battery. That's such a great battery. The only thing the 7880 was brushed. If it had been brushless, it would have been the best. It would have been the best. It was phenomenal. Anyway, we have this here. I don't know if any of you remember this. I didn't do this one live, but I did do a video on this one. This is a flex volt 9-amp battery that was changed into a Milwaukee battery. I had an old shell of a 9-amp battery, and I gathered up enough Samsung 30T cells. 30T cells, this is them here. These are ANR 21700 30T Samsung cells. These are 3000 milliamps. These are a powerhouse of a cell. Real good cell. And there's 15 of them in this. I'm not going to take this apart tonight. But what I've done was put a Milwaukee circuit board on it. And put a Milwaukee top off a knockoff battery. And, you know, good old click off for it. Good old click off the old Milwaukee with it. I'm going to read some of the comments here. I think, yes. BW's Electronic, I think it's an Ego pruner right now. He's Amazon buy. Or is it an Ego or is it a Go? Got some stuff about an inch. Damn, they're good. No Makita battery range to DeWalt and Milwaukee battery conversion. Very good. This is the best shake walkie. This is what did I call it? I called it that it's the Mawalt. It's the Mawalt Sexy Bolt. That's the DRLHT range. The DRLHT range of batteries. One of the best batteries known to man. Again, just written in the email from NASA, as you can expect. Oh, so that's that. Dug that out of storage. Oh, this looks like a normal. What is it? Draper tire inflator. It's a 12-volt tire inflator on-off switch. It usually has the lead coming out of it to plug into your car, but that's been removed. We've made this into a more sleek design, a more sophisticated design, to say the least. We have put a battery adapter on it, in the back of it, to make it sit. M12 batteries, they slot nicely in. It suits the wee batteries or the big batteries. You know, it's very, very sophisticated. So that's very interesting. There's a video actually out in that. That was one of my designs as well. So that was one I'm proud of. So we're going through the wacky stuff. That's sort of the construction. I think that's the most of the things I've constructed. We've already covered the spot welder, so there's no point in going down that line. We've already covered the spot welder one other night, a couple of weeks ago. But this is a DCF 885. There's Marty. How you doing, Marty? Yeah. Yes, Marius. Good man. This is DCF 885. I didn't make this. The wonderful Stanley Black & Decker company that owned DeWalt made this. I cannot lay claim to this. This is not a copyright infringement. But I did something to this a year ago, which probably wouldn't have been recommended. It's probably somewhere in the small print. I give this the underwater challenge, if you remember that episode. I give that the underwater challenge. It could be probably a year nearly since that was done. So it's at least 6 months. See, it doesn't sound good. Sounds rough. But the water has not helped it. But it still goes. It's still usable. There, Pat's asking me a question. Would a 6 amp 12 volt Milwaukee battery be any good in those kids' cars? Yes, it would be excellent in one of those kids' cars. Excellent in one of those kids' cars, definitely. It would save if you watch the Ford Ranger video, the quad video, and the wee Audi TT video, you would see that I put a, I'll show it to you here. I put this component in as one of the 3 components. Ben is my name. Hello, Ben. This is a voltage dropper. On the input side, you see you can put anything from 8 to 40 volts on there, and it comes out 12 on this end. So what you're doing is you're changing your power supply to 12. If you have a 12 volt Wacky battery, 6 amp, you don't need to do that. And a 6 amp battery would do quite well, because you would have 6 Samsung 30Q cells in that battery. That would be quite good. That would be decent. I would recommend using the over discharge protection board that I use, the wee boards, the wee, I think it's XH309. I'll show you one of them if I have one here. That's over discharge protection board, and what that does is when you're 18650 30Q cells, that's correct. What this does is you put this between the battery adapter and the voltage dropper. Anyway, your voltage will go on there. Your 19.5 or 20 volts or 18 volts or whatever your battery's sitting at will go on here, and out here would come the same voltage, but you can program that to cut off at like 16.9 or whatever. You'd want to stay higher than the bottom, what you would say the floor is for recharging. If you're using a 12 volt to begin with, these 2 wires are, and you'd want to set the board to cut off about, if you want to really be safe and not under discharge the board, you could say cut it off at 10.8 or whatever. You could go probably a little bit lower, but if you go 3.5 a cell, or a bank of cells, which is 3.5s is 10.5. Go 10.5 with that. I actually got a couple of faulty boards through in the post. I'm actually out of the legit good boards at the moment. I've 4 ordered. So for the next batch you get in go, because I'm getting more requests for these conversions. Right, and what is Ben asking? Any stuff any good looking at 40 quid strimmer going to pair it with a with a flexible battery? If it's brushless, it mightn't be so bad. It might be so bad, you know. The only thing I would say, the batteries, probably the under discharging of the batteries, if you're using a battery adapter, is a problem. What's Ben asking us? What drawbacks to drill the bore into hardwoods, maple, oak, or poplar? Marty's answering the question. Marty would know more about that than me, because I'm not a carpenter. So I wouldn't be throwing the hat into the ring for that one. There's Nick 32. Hey loser. Hey Nick 32. Are you a loser too? Let's join the loser Sunday night gang. Loser. Loser. You're great. Your spelling wasn't great at the start there, but that's fantastic. What drill to use that can handle the torque? What have you got? Are you in Milwaukee? Are you in Makita? Are you on DeWalt? Are you on Einhill? What are you on? What did Ben answers the question there? Ben is his name. You're losing where I was. I'm a loser. Don't say Parkside. No, don't say Parkside. No, no. No, people will try to tell you the Parkside performance is phenomenal, but I don't know about that. I don't know about that. DeWalt corded. If you DeWalt corded drills will drill anything. Even a cheap drill anything. Draper. As a Draper Stormforce or D20. Right? No problem at all. Where's Nick 32? I'm starting to get a bit of affection for that guy, you know. What was I going to say? Right. Wacky machines that I have purchased as well. We'll get on to some more wacky stuff. So with all this wacky stuff, the one I use and all the other want to try to drown to death. And the rest. The rest of that stuff, put that to the side. And back to the side. I have a couple of wacky devices that I purchased. I don't remember if I got them eBay or Amazon, but they are totally wacky. But Dee knows about Draper. Dee knows all about Draper. See where this chain is on. This is not for a southpaw, so that's good. Let's get ready to go. This is a device that I bought off Amazon about a year ago. I don't know. Nick 32 is a neutral if he's a troll. He's not very commodities. He's only left a couple of messages. He called me a loser. Loser. Whatever. This is a wacky device that I bought off Amazon for, it was either Amazon or eBay. It might come off of eBay, you know. Let's see. Might have come off of eBay. I remember it was £17. It was £17. But I have seen them on Temu for about 12. That's wonderful there. You can see the Husqvarna CEO watching this shitting himself. Thinking, why didn't I think of that? As a friend of Ray, they're going to Hammond. What's the spanners? Yes, I don't. Yeah. Aye, BW's Electronics hit the nail on the head with the battery adapters. That's one of the main problems with battery adapters. If you can over discharge your battery and it won't charge again. But the other one is you having the same communication with the tool and the drill. Modern tools, when they're getting it tight, they're under pressure, they're going to overheat, they just shut down, they poop out, and that air is to protect the motor. But that if you put on a battery adapter, you get around all that. It's useful for burning things out on a Sunday night right enough, but the DeWalt 996 is one of my favorites. It's a 3-speed. There's a 999, there's a 998. I think there's a 995 somewhere in the world. But anyway, the 996 for cost and power. This is the 985. This is the old brushed one. I love this old drill. I got this on eBay one time, but 4 or 5 years ago, and I think I only put brushes on. That's all needed. But anyway, like I say, Ray, that boy is a friend of Ray. Him and Ray's going for gender reassignment, and they're going to hold hands when they get their slight outies made into slight innies. So God bless them in that, and I hope the operations go well. So it'll be Nikita and Ramona in a very short time. So we look forward to that. There'll be a couple of great gals. But if they want to come round to the doctor's surgery this evening, I have the operating table ready, and I have the surgical device I need to complete the job right here. So anytime they want it, they can come and get it. That's my advice to those guys, if that is their expression I'm allowed to use to describe them. You know, modern day things, modern day problems, 21st century problems, you know. Crazy, dangerous, but it works, you know. So what can I say? There's Marius, a lost time fix. I'm lost time fix, old battery NICAD, 36 volt for healthy T. I guess. No, it's alright, Marius. I understand. You put 40T Samsung cells into a NICAD battery instead of in the middle into a lithium ion. Good man, that's right up my street. For anybody that doesn't know, the 40T cells are the same physical size as the 30T cells, but where these are 3000 milliamp, the ones he's used are 4000 milliamp. They're higher in the milliamp. So he has a great job. You typically find Samsung 21700 40T cells in an 8 amp healthy battery or an 8 amp Wacky battery, that sort of thing. I would do them boys a discount anytime, Paul Cook. I'm a gentlest touch for that thing. I'd use it at speed 3, the hammer on. I wouldn't care. That thing is dangerous. That is dangerous. But you know, we're all right so far. But this is the man. You're watching the man that put a saw blade in the strummer last year. So, you know, danger is my middle name, man. So this thing, we've concluded this thing works. We've concluded this thing's dangerous. This thing doesn't have an oiler. You have to spray oil on it, which I didn't even bother doing. It's got a plastic housing on it, which can fall apart sometimes if you put under too much pressure. It's ambidextrous, but you have to change around the chain, but you can use the left hand or right hand. It's crazy, wacky, cheap, badly put together. The wee adjuster sometimes can let go. It's held on there, not so bad. But you know, what can you expect for the sort of money this thing? This thing featured in one of the live streams before when I was testing the Parkside chain, so yeah. So I don't know if I advise you to buy this, but it does work. There is nice little pruners in the market, little hand pruners, like Milwaukee do a very good one. You know, there's an Aspire range from Husqvarna, which is very interesting. It's like Husqvarna's grey range. It's like a DIY range, but it's not bad, you know. So when I run out of little vehicles to convert, I could convert Ray to Ramona and Nick to Nikita. So that's it. Yeah. I've heard of the Nubbler tin cutters, but I've never actually seen them. I've heard of those. So, right, Flymo with a posh name. Right, what do I see? That's what it is. That's what probably they do a battery range, and it's one of them batteries that are, what would I say? I should have kept that on for the next machine, but anyway. It's one of the batteries that are supposed to fit Bosch and a couple others, different ones, So I don't know. Universal batteries, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced it's going to be workable. The companies don't want it for a start, but I just think they put different technology into their older tools. It's sort of not. The Husqvarna orange is not worth it. No, they call it the Aspire range. It's sort of grey in color. I've seen them at a show, but that's as far as I went. The wee pruner, I like the wee pruner because it would come at a good price point, and it's bound to be better than something I'm going to show you later on. And some of you have seen it before. So we've gone the Clarkasonic, we've done the 12 volt, we've got it to one side, we don't need that later. We've done this wacky device. You get these in Temu or what do you call it, AliExpress or any places or eBay or anything. I don't know if I want to recommend that because it just seems too chaotic and dangerous. There's too much random margin for error with that, and it's too dangerous when it does go wrong. But a nice bike they're all driving, it does make a difference. Next device. It's actually two devices. This is a Amazon cheapy copy thing that goes with Makita batteries. As you see, it's only got the two pins, the plus and the minus in the bottom. This was actually an angle grinder with a small head. There's two companies that do angle grinders with the 10mm hole for the really small discs. Seen the Caleb? No, I haven't seen the Caleb video on the pruning. I have seen the Caleb video on the pruning. That's a pretty good video, I thought. He slagged off the pruner with the brushed motor in her. Don't know. But anyway. And SGU power stack, Makita power stack battery. I don't know. I couldn't get the power stack to run the Makita through an adapter anyway, but who knows? This is actually an angle grinder with a multi-tool attachment head on it. But it's the wee small for the wee small discs, not the 4.5 inch discs, the 4 inch discs. Yeah. Husqvarna is very good. Husqvarna do a cheap range of saws. They do the wee 120 Mark II, which is a good consumer homeowner cheap saw, but everything else they do that's good is very expensive. But they know it's good and they just say, no, we're going to charge you for it. So there's only two companies that do the wee small 4 inch grinder, and that's Makita and Sealy. Nobody else bothers with a 4 inch grinder. But I bought this thing, I can't mind, I think it might have been £20 off Amazon. Oh, I bought that a good while ago. And then I bought this attachment for it. This only fits the wee 10 inch grinder. But it's crazy. Got the DeWalt 571 XR brushless saw. 15mm, 18 volt. Yeah. Oh, that's the wee. Yes, that's a good job. I know the one you mean. It's a great job that we saw. It's a sort of tool that some people just buy it because it's so nice. It's such a nice device. Some people just buy that. But this is a wacky device. This is a device with a wacky device with a wacky attachment that fits these Makita batteries. It sounds horrible. It's got a good blade on it. It's got a DeWalt blade on it. So we'll give her a go, will we? We'll give her a go. It's that sort of evening. We'll give her a go. Right, here we are. Oh. not very good, like. And would vibrate the life out of you. That's not that air thing. That's not variable speed. It's not definitely not anti-vibration. It's a 4-digit dial disclosure 3000. Not to be mistaken with the finger remover 5000, which we just used a minute ago. But that thing is pure crap. I bought that for a laugh just to make a video of it. It is not great. This for me works, but it's dangerous but shit, this doesn't work, and it's not well dangerous, but not very nice to use, and just shit, just crap. But that's some of the wacky devices that have come through. That's the two that I bought. And the other things that you've just seen that are what I made. The blade's not even that blunt. It's just got no power. It's got no power. That's a fairly new DeWalt blade there, HCS blade. It's not too bad, like. If that wasn't a DeWalt multi-tool, she would have went through that like butter, brushless DeWalt one. It was very good. There's no power in that. The wee motor's really useless. It just oscillates that air thing. It's mimicking a multi-tool, but not really serving the function. It's too weak for a multi-tool. That's the problem with it. Folks can fix it. Garage, good to see you on the stream. It's weak enough for a multi-tool, or definitely it's not great. We'll see what else we got now. Yep, we're going back in time now. Okay, hammer. It's bad for a hammer. Let's see. When you're using this as a hammer, what looks like a nail? Nothing looks like a nail. I'm using this as a hammer. Nothing looks like a nail. I don't know. Not a great hammer, like. It's not as good as an ordinary hammer, like. That's better. Oh, lovely. That's definitely fun now. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Anyway, right, where were we? Yes. What do you think of replacing the motor? A DT153 brushless motor for... I don't know. I probably will, I would say, well, the brushless motors are more efficient. If you can do that successfully, the brushless motors are more efficient. They've no friction. They just are. So that's that. Do we need that now? Probably not. We'll leave that to the side. I don't know if any of you remember this. This was a device was sent to me by the Bai Hong, the lovely Bai Hong company, the beautiful people of Bai Hong. You have to admire their optimism. Yeah. You have to admire their optimism. They sent this to Doctor Lefthandthread to do a review on. So Doctor Lefthandthread filmed the video and sent the video to these guys and says, guys, I don't think I want to put this video out because it's not a good review. Yeah, it's not a good review, and you were kind enough to send me the thing. We just called, I don't know if they sell the replacement lenses for the walkie torch. No, I don't know. I do not know. So it's here. I don't know. If you get a bit of plexiglass, you might be able to make one. But anyway, you have to admire their optimism. They sent this to Doctor Lefthandthread, and I was trying to be gracious. I says it didn't do well on testing. I says, well, just call it quits. If you don't want me to put out the video, I'll not put out the video. And I didn't put out the video. But then I got sort of bored one live stream later, and I pulled out the by hung, and I kind of got carried away. And this happened. This kind of happened. It just sort of happened. You see, the by hung company sent me this. They sent me 2 little batteries. And their ultimate optimism, they sent me 2 little extra chains. That is optimism. You gotta admire their optimism. They have a nice little funky charger. It was lovely. And the pair of gloves for Doctor Lefthandthread didn't cut himself. So that was very nice of him. Very, very kind, very nice. So what happened that night was I couldn't get her to cut really well with her batteries. The batteries that were supplied, even though they're fully charged. So if memory serves, and through Dr. Lefthandthread style, I think I may have done something like this. No, I'll tell you what I did. I thought I put the battery adapter, put the 9 amp, but I didn't even put the 9 amp. I actually put a 6 amp Makita on her. Actually, there was 6 amp Makita on her, and she went up and smoked in fantastic style. And the following week, I opened her to see what harm we'd done, and you see the wires are just completely melted. I bet you that switch is still good. I bet you it didn't even burn out the switch, but the motor is kaput. It did wreck. It did wreck the 6 amp battery. It didn't. It was a 6 amp battery that I'd fixed up one time. It actually fried to the 2 of the Samsung 30Q cells that we talked about earlier. They're in the Makita 6 amp 18650. The Finger 5. The by hung has a longer blade, but the Finger 5 Thunder has had a longer life. I actually threw this onto the bench, is what I've done with this, and it hasn't really moved since. I just threw it onto the bench and discussed that night, and I can't understand why, but the wonderful by hung company, optimism, generosity that they had seems to have all been lost, because they haven't sent me anything since, and I can't think why. I can't think why that happened. They say that's a 21 volt battery, but the thing is, it is the same fitment as a Makita battery. A Makita battery is what fried that wee by hung saw. So it's, yeah, that was Fills and games. It's not how you can smell it. You probably can smell the motor, as you say, from there. It had an oiler. It had an oiler on it. But the oiler, the wee primer bulb, you're supposed to push the wee primer bulb to put the oil onto the chain. It wasn't a self-oiler. But if you do look at it, the actual wire has been melted onto the oil pipe. So it was a pretty decent job done by Doctor Lefthandthread. I did a bit of a job on it that night. Bei Hong is Chinese for melty wires. Any Chinese company sending Doctor Lefthandthread dodgy devices will be rewarded for their naivety, because it's not going to go well. These devices are not going to survive a Sunday surgery. Definitely not. A Sunday night's going to be sore on them. Any Chinese device that they can send me that survives a Sunday surgery is going to get the thumbs up from Dr. Lefthandthread. There's no doubt about it. You know. So that's the Bei Hong. That was a particular high point of the year. Martin that's on there, Martin Kelly, he says them sending you a chainsaw and you burning out live was comedy gold. So there's that still exists, that live stream. I haven't gone back and watched it, but what a night, you know. Next item on the agenda, that's really all the wacky stuff that comes with the doctor surgery. I thought I'd cover it all because we're a year into this beautiful erection that I have now. This time last year, Reuben Fabrications come and assembled this thing. They assembled this over 2 days, and then the next day they come back and laid the floor and put the door on, and it was fantastic. So Marius is saying something about the 30Q sales. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody else is having a chicken ball special. I'm having a Beihong meltdown. Yeah. That's sort of Beihong meltdown. So the next thing we're going to talk about is what I did recently. Was the wee Ford Ranger. Some of you will have seen the video. It's been out at 6:30 today. We'll see if we get around. It's the surgery in disarray. But anyway, we'll see. This is the Ford Ranger. I'm trying to get a good angle on it here. So you see it. The Beihong chainsaw is in the way. Beihong. Anyway, the Beihong chainsaw is in the way, but that's it there. So you can see in the battery adapter there. And I just start your engines. Let's see, you know. That's the job. So she's going. What do we see? Can we get closer here? Sorry for the motion. It can't be nice to watch with the motion on it. Try and get into the engine bay here. Show you what I've done. If you can see that, the battery adapter's here. It's coming through here. Get into the voltage protection, voltage cutoff board. Coming out of here, see it's showing 19.2 on that, if you can see that. And it's going into the voltage dropper, which is here, and get out and get into the main power source, which is that. So that's all there is to that. They never supplied the seat, but they supplied the rest. And it's got like, it's got a radio on it. Let's see if we can get something. Can't get any music on her. She's not picking up. She's not picking up in the surgery. She's picking up outside one day. There's a radio on her. And it's forward and back. There's a switch that says high speed and low speed, but I don't even know if that works any different. I don't know if it makes any difference. But that's the Ford Ranger. And that's what you need to get. And I'm getting more of these. There's people contacting me once theirs done, so I don't know. It's got into a bit of a carry on, like. We're gonna see. We'll go back to where we was. The Jeff at Top Gear. I didn't see that one. I should DPF delete that thing. It's like we're 16-year-old kid easily. You're probably better off, Pat. That's good. So we're 54 minutes in, guys. We've covered quite a lot of ground. And we have the I suppose we have the Ford Ranger with all the wacky devices. That's nearly everything. Like I say, it's been a great year here at the Doctor Surgery. It's been a great experience. I'm actually off this week from the day job, but there's plenty of videos coming out. There's shorts coming out all week. There's 2 videos out today. There's 2 videos. You give them pre-mods. Yeah. That's it's something I couldn't imagine doing a year ago. The first one of them things that I did, them wee 12-volt machines, was the video exists. It's it was a wee Land Rover. Create a beer fit in the back of her. So it's nice wee work to do. I had a wee bit of a disappointment because 2 of the boards that I ordered were faulty. But other than that, if you get around those wee teething problems, it's a nice little kit. Every one of them you get's different. Where you're going to locate the battery is different than that. Then it'll be somewhere. I could have put it under the bonnet like I did in the Land Rover, but decided to put it in the back of the pickup truck. I thought it was a good move, Land Rover oil leaked all over the place. There was a seal away on her. But no, it's nice work if you can get it. And there's somebody going to be bringing me a 12-volt gator soon, I think. But not this week. Like I say, I'm off the day job this week. Videos coming out all week. There's 2 long form videos today, like the Ford Ranger, and there's another little switch replacement video I done. And there's a couple of nice wee videos tomorrow night. And there's shorts all week. And then there's a couple of long form videos next week. This is the thing. If you get them boards, XH609s, are they? I could get you a number of them. Them wee boards, I had one lying around, didn't I? Them wee boards, when you program them in, that's the board there. It's a XHM609. When you program that in, like if you remember, I don't know if you remember the Milwaukee vac that I fixed using one of these. The board had gone. The motor was still good. The switch had to be replaced, but I had a switch for her. So the board was gone. The motor was good. The switch was easily replaced. And then I had to make sure that the battery, I could have put the battery straight to the motor, but then it would have over discharged. So I decided to put one of these boards on. And I did quite a bit of monkeying about with it to make sure it was right. I actually held on to it for a week after I fixed it. And left it for 3 days, and then left it for 4 days. And this board remembered the settings. There was it holds the power to remember the settings. It holds enough power to remember the settings. And they're fiddly set. When you put it in, you'll get the voltage coming up. This one's faulty, I would show you. When you put it in, you get the voltage coming up that it is. And then you press the button a couple of times, and then you get the voltage you're setting it at. And then there's another setting for a delay. If you set the delay, it means you plug in the battery, and you could, if you had the wrong setting, you can be waiting 5 minutes before the power comes out. I'll set it to 0. Yeah. Aye, Pat's right, I would say. These do remember the setting. Forgive me, because as you know, people who watch my stream regularly know that I am a complete idiot and I'm messing about with things that I shouldn't be messing about with, but that's the fun of it. But this will remember the setting. This will remember your setting. So that's it. XHM 609. These boards are relatively cheap, but I got burned by a couple because a couple of them didn't work for me. Put power into them, nothing happened. Like, I've learned that you set these boards before you put them on. Take all that fiddly stuff out of the way first. That's why I had 2 wires going to this one. 2 wires going to that, connect it up to a battery, and get your settings done first. Some of these boards, when you set them up to the battery, you check the voltage of your battery first to check that the board's agreeing with it. Some of them you have to calibrate. For the most part, they will bring out the right reading, but you can calibrate the setting of what's going on to them, and then you can set the cutoff point. And when you put the power to it, and she's ready to go, the wee red light comes on, and she'll click. You'll hear it clicking. You know, it's good. Thanks, Pat. I have no problem at all describing myself as a bit of an idiot. But, you know, I would probably be the only person in this field, in this space in social media that would consider themselves, I would admit to the audience that they don't know everything. If you see YouTubers, you see TikTokers, I know everything. Did I tell you? I know everything. And you see stuff you don't know, I know it all. That's kind of the vibe I get off them, you know. But that's not reality. Even the smartest people I've met in my life, there's something they'll not know. And, you know, there's a chance even a fool like me would know it and they would learn it off me. So that's interesting. I came from the point of view of learning myself. I'm coming really from left field, from a different perspective than most people. And I think that helps me. That's what makes me different. So hopefully you appreciate that. And I appreciate you all coming on here on a Sunday night. What would you like to see anymore? Would you like to see me trying to burn out a couple of Makita drills? Would that be something that we could kind of raise the bar a bit? We'll see. Could we do that? Let's see what we can do. This board's been under this vice sometimes tonight. You know what you know and you don't. That's it. I don't even know how I've been able to do the things that I've done for the last year. But I couldn't have done without some of you guys on there giving me advice and helping me and supporting me. So a big thank you for that. We've got a couple of Makita drills here. One of my least favourites in the world is this DHP 482. This is a horrific little drill. You can hold it with your hand. That is because this is faulty. Usually you wouldn't be able to hold it with your hand like that. But this and the motor's kaput. Like, the motor's no way out. It's finished. Like, so yeah. One thing is being able to call yourself an idiot as you're an eccentric individual or just crazy. Well, I appreciate that. I can accept that. I realize I don't just what most people consider normal. I don't think I fall into that. I don't want the diagnosis from any doctor. I just don't want that. But we'll open this to see what it looks like in here first. I like the fact, I think it's a good thing that I haven't been formally trained in any of this nonsense or have any engineering experience. It's all instinct and guesswork and figuring stuff out. The brushes look okay, I think. But I think the motor's kaput. They're still moving anyway. The bearing's okay. It's moving. So I don't know. We'll burn her out. Well, we'll finish her off. As the boy says, well, we just put her clean out of her misery. We might do. That might be something to do. Because it can't just go this quick. I didn't expect to get through all my wackiness and all the stuff as quick as it did. I thought it would be something that would take a bit of time. But here we are. Thank you very much, Paul Cook. I learned myself to fix batteries, and I'm still learning. I've found a way of fixing batteries, and you know, 2 years ago I was fixing batteries. I would do it different now. I would do it better now, I would say. If anything, I would think I'm slightly improving. In no small part thanks to some of you guys that have advised me, and some of the advice I've got from comments and you guys as well. So whatever, it's been great. Let's try this. We're in drill mode. We're in speed 1 or speed 2. We get it better speed 1 more. That's blunt, that thing. No, that is blunt. That is blunt. That's not even fair. There's not much of a point in that, but it's better than that one. She's still working. I'm surprised she did that. We'll have to go probably. We'll pre-drill the hole a little bit, just a couple of mils. She's not great though. We'll try this. No, pre-drill her a bit more. She didn't do bad for something that's... I have an unhealthy session. It's a by-hung texture. You're in a knot. Probably I'm in a knot. Not wide. What kind of knot am I? Anyway, we're going to have to persevere to see if we can screw this thing over a bit. We'll see. By hung take screw. You have to have it to lose it. That's it. There's a saying, we all got a certain little bit of craziness in us, and we have to really safeguard it and try not to lose it. And Billy Connolly says, if you're left alone in the room with a tea cozy and don't try it on as a hat, we can't be friends. I suppose I'm a bit like that. I think me and Billy would get on the best. She's getting warm. She's doing better than I thought. So we'll move on to the second one. Someone has been testing the fencing stapler. I don't know who that was. Someone's been testing the fencing stapler and that. But anyway, let's go to another drill. That drill performed admirably there. I actually left her with a new motor in that drill because you can't hold her with your hand when you're drilling. If she does any proper drilling, she's going to... Listen's the same. Listen's the same. You know? Same thing. I think this is an older one. This is a 452. If I got a 452 there, I think I might have. I have another 452 liner in there. They're good Jacob's chalk in this, so it's hopefully going to be of some help. Oh no, I better tighten the chuck. Brags about the chuck and then doesn't tighten it properly. It was not that good. Well, she's not performing well here. Doctor Lefthandthread's not performing well. See, we'll do it that way. That was my bad there. Let's try it again. Let's do that again. See that? No, oh, she didn't like that one bit. No. There's smoke coming. There's smoke here. Oh, smoke. I have a motor ordered for this thing, you know. Let's see. A bit of heat there. No. It's not fair. I'll just put a motor on her. She's cooked. We'll screw that out maybe. We'll see if the other one will screw it out. We'll see if the other one will screw it out because the other one doesn't seem as bad. That's not bad. Oh, there's the smoke now. You could smoke out of the tail, anyway. That's what we came here for. This these old ones are easy to burn out. I don't want to burn out my it's 985, but I'll give her a burn on that to see, just for the crack. I'll not burn her out. That is warm. Okay, that's warm. I'll use a shite battery just to even the field a bit. We'll speed 2, will it? No, she didn't like that one, but Oh. Right. Let's see. You like speed 1 on that one? Oh, I did burn out the draper. No. Burned out a draper. I didn't burn out Pat's draper. What do we see? What did I do with Pat's draper? Hold on. Pat's draper. This one. This one got a bath. Let's see. If that's the one you're talking about there, Pat, that's I didn't burn it out. I drowned it. I drowned that one, Pat. See these spit holders. Oh, that's warm. That's warm now. See what a proper bit holder for. The one I have in them will not do it. Smell of burning in here is, yeah. Anyway, so them two's go to the sick bay definitely, and then we'll give Pat's machine a word and see how she's going. Pat had this storm force, and Pat did a little bit of modification. He cut a bit of the body so it fits peroxide batteries. As you can see, Pat, she's still running. Go on the draper. Let's see. Let's see, I'll try her here. She's going anyway in order to screw. She'll bury it like. Let's see. See if you get where you can see it. That's not well. That's not going well. Let's try the DeWalt instead. This is drowned DeWalt. She's doing it anyway. Try and pull this out with the draper. Ready. Hear the anvil batter in there. Like that. It's more likely to set that on fire than drive it. Try again. Let's try in a new hole. That's warm. It'll burn its way in. Something was brown blood, eh? Thank you for that, Pat. She's still going. She's still receiving the doctor's love and care, as you can see. She's still running. She survived the water challenge. Let's see if we get a proper test on her here. we can get a proper driver. With a proper driver, we can do a proper test. If not, we can't. It's just quite simple. Dear oh dear. Not seeing it. I wasn't intending giving her a run out tonight, but hey, it's kind of going that way, isn't it? I think get a bigger fixing that I can get her to drive. The adapter I was using another thing. You see the ends broke of it, it'll not go into the impact driver. So the ends broke of that, so that's a bust there in that one. But there was another little one we had in our arsenal. They're right here now. I'll find it tomorrow when I'm not looking for it. But that's no good to you guys, isn't it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. The gods of power tools have smiled again. They've smiled on us. Going to burn it right. So we'll try that with the DeWalt to see if she does any better. I think I'll knock him out here now. That y'all can knock him out of her. It's on there to stay in. Surprised it didn't break it on her. I've been a bigger handling. No. I don't have two of these, that's the problem. There we are. Let go anyway. So the draper, done what it done. Got down to about there. So we'll reside it. We'll reside it with this one. This old half drowned DeWalt might be alright. She's done alright there. There you are. That's the brushed one, I know. I'll try the brushless one just for an experiment. Yeah. Yeah. No, well, thanks for the tip, Marius, but I could go by there. Goodbye. Well, this is old 887 that I fixed one time. This is the brushless version. The 3-speed, that's the 885, the single speed that I drowned. We'll see if there's any difference in the performance of these things. We'll see. Yeah. Put the same old crap battery on her. The same fixing on her. This fixing will not be getting any sharper, but anyway, what do you do? That's speed 2. So brushless is better, guys. If you ever needed to know. The flood estestrol. That's an excellent question, J-Bob. She's still in the box. I was looking at it tonight and I thought I never got around to that one. I never got around to her. I've never got around to her, done it once. see. Yeah. The flood SDS drill has not been looked at yet. I still have her in a box. I never got her done yet. And that does make me sad, but I have just had too much to do. It works. It's not a cobalt with flex, but it works. It works. You can put on screws with that old draper, you know. And as I stated before, Pat's done a sterling job there. He's cut the body. Then we can fit these Parkside batteries, so that's a phenomenal job. Being underwater did not make the motor any better, but anyway, it's still going, so it's still usable. So we'll call that, yeah, it's done well. Yeah, absolutely. Everybody can be snobby about their tools. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, I was getting a bit of stick on TikTok about using this little chestnut, you know. So, you know, it's just the way it goes out there. Some people think if you haven't got a high quality tool, you can't do any work at all. There's some people have the best quality tools and they can't do anything. Yeah. And that's okay, J-Bobs. Yeah. Yeah, any tool can get you going. We're sort of nearly wrapped up tonight, guys. I was planning a week off now, but I will be back here live next Sunday. I don't know what I'm going to do. J-Bubs, I'll watch out for your email. Definitely, I'll still be answering emails, but I may put the surgery, wind the surgery down this week for 1 week, then start next weekend. And you know, I wouldn't say, Pat, that I'm particularly gifted in any area, but I like to have a go. That's all I'll say. No, thank you very much, all you guys always come on every week. Pat, I'm coming to Belfast next Saturday. I'll probably be back here in the surgery next Saturday. But thank you. Yeah, the best tool is the one you can afford. The best tool you can afford. Buy the best tools you can afford. If you can't afford them, there's no shame in that. Just do your best. We're all doing our best. But thank you all for coming on here every Sunday night, and happy birthday to the Doctor Surgery, where you have my postcode. You know where I live. You know where I live, Pat. You know where I live, Pat. I'll probably be in the Doctor Surgery next Saturday. This Lefthandthread might make me take her out for the day, because I promised her I would take a week off the day job and this other shenanigans I'll be doing in here, so I have to do it. I'll have to show that I'm serious about that. Sunday invasion. Next Sunday, I'll put the camera like that towards the window and you'll see Pat looking in. See Pat looking through the glass. So we'll see how we go. I'll have to get another chair in here if Pat comes. I'll knock up another chair if we're going for the Sunday invasion. Hopefully I'll get these guys to lift the Ranger probably next weekend before the Sundays. I don't doubt you one bit, but get these boys to lift the Ranger next weekend, maybe Saturday, hopefully. I'll maybe contact them on Friday. I have another wee job to do for them, a wee drill to fix. If I get the parts, I'll maybe knock that up on Friday night in the sly. Don't tell them it's Lefthandthread. And I'll contact them on Sunday night or Saturday night and maybe get this moved Friday night. Try and get it moved Saturday. So it'll let me more room in the surgery here, which is chaotic to say the least. I'll get him a chair. We'll get a chair somewhere. It's all mad in here. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. We're an hour and a half in. We've done our stunt. We've done the birthday special, and I hope you weren't too disappointed. We went through a lot of information there. I don't know what we're going to do next week, but we'll figure it out. There's always going to be something. There's always going to be something. I might pick something up in a local friendly German budget supermarket. You never know. We'll see what happens. Thank you very much. Enjoyed the stream as always. Take care and good night.